So you're planning a trip to Italy. Maybe you have family there. Maybe you want to see where your relatives came from. Maybe you're checking it out as a place to live someday. But tell me something. Are you nervous to speak Italian for the very first time? If you are, don't worry. Today I'm going to be giving you survival Italian. Real easy, practical phrases that you can use even as a complete beginner to get you speaking confidently and connect with locals. If we haven't met yet, ciao, mi chiamo Maria. I'm an Italian teacher and I help native English speakers build their confidence and conversational Italian skills so they can connect with locals, all without a boring textbook. I cover the practical Italian you need to start feeling comfortable, actually join in conversations, and to start feeling like an insider instead of an outsider when you're in Italy. Be sure to click subscribe and click the notification bell. I have tons of videos right here on this channel that will help you break through that language barrier and really feel like you belong. All right, let's start with the basics, the very heart of what you need to know, survival Italian. You'll hear and use these literally everywhere in Italy. The first one, of course, you probably already know this, it's ciao. It's a casual hi, bye. Now, do note that this is for informal situations. I created an entire video just on the basis of ciao and what to say instead for more formal situations, so check that out. Another greeting is buongiorno. Buongiorno means good morning, but it's used as a greeting. Just like in English, we would say, good morning, how are you? Just like that. And sometimes it's said even after the morning. That's a culture thing. If it's really too late to say buongiorno, and I'm talking like 4 or 5 o'clock, you'll want to say buonasera. Buonasera means good evening. It's also used as a greeting. And the time of day that you would use that really depends on where you are in Italy. So you might even hear it earlier than 3 o'clock. Per favore means please. It's nice to be polite and courteous. Grazie. Thank you. Now, coming from an English speaking perspective, because again, I learned Italian as an English speaker, a lot of Americans specifically will say grazie, or they'll say something like grazie. No, we have to pronounce the e at the end. Grazie. And that will make you sound 100 times more like a local than just some tourist. On top of that, something very common, just like how we say thanks a ton in English, again, another English speaking tip here, we want to say grazie mille. Grazie mille. Thanks a ton, thanks 1,000 thanks, same thing. Italians use it all the time and it's more warmer, a little bit more expressive than just grazie. Now, if you're ready to go just beyond greetings and actually have a little bit of a small talk conversation, here's some of those. Come stai? How are you? Very basic. This is also informal. In a formal situation, someone who is an elder, your doctor, a professor, even a tour guide, you could say come sta or come sta lei. Another casual to say come stai or how are you is also come va. That's literally how's it going. Tutto bene is all well. Tutto bene. You'll hear this a lot when checking in on someone or someone checking in on you. And the best part is that you don't even have to memorize a response. Someone could say tutto bene and you could say sì, tutto bene. It's perfect. The next one is excuse me. And again, there's going to be an informal and a formal version of this phrase. If you want me to make a whole video just on emphasizing formal versus informal and the different situations that you would use each, let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to get on that. So the first one will go with the informal, which is scusa. Scusa. Again, informal, so it's used with people like your friends, people you already know. For a formal situation or with people you don't know quite well, say you bump into somebody on the bus or on the street, you would say scusi. Maybe you're trying to get the attention of a waiter or someone, you would say, again, scusi. It means excuse me. And in some cases, it could also mean sorry. Like, oops, sorry, oops, scusi. We covered the greetings, we covered basic how are you, small talk phrases. Now let's get into introducing yourself, which will be very useful when you're traveling and meeting new people. To say I'm American, sono americano, masculine. If you're feminine, sono americana. Sono inglese, I'm English. This one does not change based on masculine or feminine, it works for all. So, sono inglese. Sono australiano, that one's a little tricky. Australiano, masculine. Sono australiana, feminine. I'm Australian. If there's something I noticed about being in Italy or speaking with other Italians, they really do love to hear, at least the ones that I've been around, they really do love to hear that you're learning Italian, that you're learning their language. And their faces just light up. They're pretty passionate about it. So there's two ways that you could say I'm learning Italian. You could say imparo l'italiano, o sto imparando l'italiano. There's not really much of a difference between these two phrases. One is I'm learning Italian, and the other is I'm literally in the process of learning Italian. They're both really similar, so you could say either or. Now let's cover the very useful tourist phrases. These are the ones that will save you, so get a pen and paper. Dov'è il bagno? Dov'è il bagno? You might notice that bagno has a G and O, and that sound is not very common in English. It's almost like no, but less sharp. It's like if we were to write a word with an M and O. Gno. And again, pronunciation is really going to mark the difference between seeming like a local and fitting in and belonging, and seeming like a tourist and not having people understand you. Okay, dov'è il bagno? Where's the bathroom? Very important question. That one's critical. Quanto costa? Quanto costa? Again, coming from English, I learned Italian as an English speaker myself. Quanto, the way to remember that is how much. You want to think of quantity, right? There we go. Quanto, how much. Quanto costa? And costa sounds like cost. Very easy. Quanto costa? Now that we only use with one singular item. So if we're looking at one thing, we'll say quanto costa, but if the thing that we want to buy is plural, like say we want to get two pens instead of one, we would say quanto costa for one item, quanto costano for two items. So how much does it cost and how much do they cost? See the difference? Un caffè, per favore. Un caffè. I have a whole video on coffee orders in Italian. Great video, very useful for when you travel to Italy. And of course, this means an espresso, please. You could also say un espresso. If there's one word I teach all of my students and I really drill into their heads, it's vorrei. Vorrei. But if you can't roll your R's, don't worry about it. You could just say vorrei and they'll understand you. It's I would like. So it's the best way to express yourself, and it's also a nice way to say I want without literally going to a foreign country and saying I want this, I want that. No, we're gonna be polite and we're going to say vorrei. You can use it when ordering. So for example, you could say vorrei un panino or vorrei un gelato, per favore, grazie. Now to say you would not like something, you would just put an N-O-N in front of vorrei and negate it. So you would say non vorrei, non vorrei. Il conto, the check, per favore, please, the check please. For when you're ready to pay at a restaurant. Ci vediamo alla prossima. This one I say at the end of a lot of my videos. It means see you next time. Ci vediamo alla prossima. And if all else fails and you forget this entire list, just remember, mi dispiace, non parlo italiano. Mi dispiace, non parlo italiano. I'm sorry, I don't speak Italian. This is your safety phrase, and you can smile when you say it. So there you go. There's your survival Italian that will get your speaking skills off the ground and actually get you to start connecting with some Italian locals. And if you're wondering whether or not this really works, just check out what my student John had to say after learning survival and beyond Italian with me inside the Italian Toolkit program.
Hi, my name's John, and I enrolled in the Italian Toolkit, and I couldn't be happier. Listen, I didn't speak any Italian at all before I went to Italy. When we went to a few different cities, and that was very intimidating, knowing that we'd be traveling within the country itself. Enrolling in this program ahead of time gave me a lot of confidence. It worked with my work schedule too, so from a timing standpoint, it was feasible, something realistic that I could accomplish and take care of. So it made my trip so much better, and it's something that I really appreciate being able to be a part of. So I'm really happy that I found it, and it was a great choice and decision to do.
So if you find yourself saying, I don't just want to survive when I'm in Italy, I want to connect, be a part of the culture, have real conversations, and just experience Italy at its best, then I want to invite you to book a completely free call with me. The link to find a time and actually speak with me is below. We'll see if we're a really good fit to work together and really see if we could take you from where you are and just surviving with Italian to really feeling confident, living in the moment, building friendships, reconnecting with family, friends, whatever it may be, and just really living Italy at its best. Again, that link is below to find a time and chat with me, and hopefully I'll see you later this week. If you enjoyed this session, I have so many more videos right here on this channel designed specifically for learners just like you. So make sure you hit subscribe, click the notification bell, like this video, I love seeing that, and watch my next one right here. Ci vediamo alla prossima. Now you know what that means. Ciao!